Asia's richest man is struggling to maintain his business empire. The Indian coal mine tycoon Gautam Adani has launched a new share sale worth more than $2.5 billion in a bid to attract international investors.
The UAE-based company IHC said it would invest $400 million, but shares have slumped, losing more than $70 billion. This follows accusations of fraud and market manipulation by the US short seller Hindenburg Research, which released a report on the company after a 2-year investigation. Adani has rejected the report's findings. Well, let's talk now to Mahesh Langa, who's a senior assistant editor for India's daily newspaper, The Hindu. Welcome to the programme. This is a pretty complicated story, isn't it, with lots of twists and turns. Talk us through how we got to where we are now.
Yes, you rightly mentioned that it's a very complicated story, you know, and just before the share sale, you know, deal that Mr. Adani's firm Adani Enterprises launched, we had a report, a very comprehensive 106-page report from the short seller Hindenburg Research, and that put severe, you know, very serious allegations like accounting fraud, you know, round tripping, and then you know, non-transparency in you know, in investment and in subsidiaries. You know, some of them are located in tax havens like Dubai and Mauritius and Singapore and a few other places. So you know, it's very complex, complicated story. You know, and now. It actually came like a storm, you know, in just 2 sessions last week. Mr. Adani lost, you know, more than 65 billion in valuation. Is you know, 7 listed companies and then 3, you know, 2 cement companies that he acquired from the Swiss Holcim, and 1 local news media company that he acquired recently. You know, all of them nosedived, you know, tanking from 5% to 20%. Now today, you know, again 3 companies had, you know, their shares plunged to from 5% to 10%. So he's struggling. His IPO, that follow-on public offer that he brought in, that kind of survived. Thanks to the, you know, investment that he received from sovereign fund from Abu Dhabi and investors who have backed from India.
So I wanted to ask you a bit more about that, because in order to make back some of these losses, there's been this share sale. Investors have bought up all those shares. So is this a vote of confidence in Adani and the company?
Well, it appears that as of now, you know, not retail investors, not mom and pop investors who would buy, you know, a few dozen shares, but yes, non-institutional investors have backed Mr. Adani. They have subscribed the shares. And it seems that as of now, he, you know, he has kind of survived the storm that has come from the United States in the report. But having said that, we have a budget to be presented in the Parliament of India tomorrow, and then there will be Parliament session, and opposition parties have already seized of this issue. They have been demanding, you know, detailed probe by the market regulator and by other, you know, agencies that do investigations in money laundering and round tripping. So all the allegations that have been leveled in the report, now some opposition parties want detailed probe. However, we have not seen any statement coming from the government of India so far. It seems that after the budget is presented in the Parliament tomorrow, there may be some formal statement from some agency, you know, from the government about the allegations and whether there will be any new probe, because last we heard...
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We are out of time, but thank you so much indeed for talking to us today. That's Mahesh Langa from the newspaper The Hindu.